Excited to get started. Hello, everyone. This is the August version of the release stage community office hours call. My name is Chris Polani. I'm the product manager for the release stage group here at GitLab. And let's start with intros, actually, if that's all right with everyone. So let's start with the GitLab team. Andrew, do you want to kick us off, and then maybe you could call on the next person to.
Sure. I'm Andrew. I'm a senior front-end engineer here at the release team, and I am located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Let's go to Ali.
Hey, I'm Ali. I'm a backend engineer here on the release team, also located in Toronto, Canada. I'll pass it to Emily.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily, a product designer on the release team. And like Andrew and Ellie, I'm also in Toronto. So there's lots of us here. I'll pass it to Vlad.
Hey, I'm Vlad. I'm a backend engineer here on the release team. I'm super excited about this office hours. I had a really great experience with community contributions before. Yeah, and I'm the first one located in Europe, in Amsterdam, not in the US, and definitely not in Toronto. Maybe Alan, you can go next.
Yeah, hi, I'm Alan Cook. I'm back engineer on release. I'm in Kentucky, USA, so a little further south. And I will pass it off to Bala.
Hey, hi, so Bala Kumar, and senior backend engineer at the release team, located in Chennai, South India. Yeah, I think next we have Shinya.
Hi, I'm Shinya, staff backend engineer in release group. I'm located in Japan, Asia. Back to Chris.
Okay, thank you all. Now let's go to our community members that have joined. Let's see, I might just call on folks as I see them. Marco, let's start with you, if you're willing to give us an introduction here.
Yeah, sure. I'm Marco. I recently became a GitLab hero, and I'm based on Italy, at the north of Italy. So another one from Europe.
Okay, great. Thanks, Marco. And then Andrew, Ahmed, did you get the chance to go? I don't think so. Let's see. Let's go to you.
Yeah, sure. Also like a senior backend here at the release team, and I joined like about, I think 4 months ago. So like I'm the newest member of the team, and I'm located in Berlin, Germany. And I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Ahmed. All right. So let's go to, is it Ishan?
Yeah, it's Ishan Chen. So
Great.
Hi everyone, I'm Ishan Chen. I'm located in Jaipur, India, and I'm a backend engineer in Salesforce. Thank you.
Thank you. And let's go to Missy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Missy. I'm a backend engineer at Shopify, very, very junior. And I am located in Barcelona at the moment.
Awesome. Thank you. And then I see Mohsen. Mohsen's iPhone specifically.
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry, I joined from my mobile.
No, that's great.
So, Ahmed, I'm located in Egypt, and I'm working as a senior software engineer in a Checkmate, located in the US, but I'm located in Egypt, working remotely.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And then Stephen Orvis.
Hi, I'm Stephen Orvis, recent hire at Ken Cove Fence, getting into the GitLab ecosystem and doing lots of learning about the processes there. I'm located in Pennsylvania in the US.
Excellent. Thank you. And then Wyclef. Are you there?
Hey guys, name is Wyclef Peart, senior software engineer at the National Commercial Bank in Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, in the Caribbean.
Awesome. Okay, who did I miss here? Let's see. I think Satosh just joined. Let's give them a second. Satosh, can you hear us? Okay. I think they're still connecting. No, actually, there we go. Hi, we were just doing introductions, actually. I know you just joined, but maybe if you could come up on mute and just say who you are and where you're calling from. That's okay. All right, maybe we'll come back to Asatosh. Okay, did I miss anyone?
I can go. I'm Akash.
Oh, Akash. Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm Akash. I'm a senior backend engineer at IQVIA. It's a clinical trial company. I'm based off in Austin, Texas currently, and we use GitLab all over our ecosystem.
Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you. I think that's everyone. Well, it's great to meet all of you. Thank you so much for joining. We've been really excited about this, as Vlad mentioned. As you can see, most of our team is actually on this call right now, and it's great to see just everyone and meet all of you. And it's also really cool for me to see everyone just where everyone's calling in from, because our own team is we're all over the place, and it's nice to see everyone also dialing in and wanting to contribute. So again, so this is contributor office hours for the release stage. Who has joined an office hours before? Anyone? GitLab? Okay, see a few hands. Vlad, the hand's good. A few of us. Okay, great. And so those of you that are new, that haven't been, really excited to have you. Those of you that have been to office hours, this might be a little bit different because we're the release team. We're focused on the release stage and the release group and features related to that. And I'll go into a little bit about what that is in a moment. So we'll be talking mostly about that. But if you do have any questions, we have time for at the end of the call for just anything related to GitLab and contributing. We're happy to help answer those questions. Okay, so for today, the agenda will be, we're going to talk a little bit about what our release team does, just at a high level, but then we'll also share some links about how to find more information about that. Our main topic for today is how to make your first MR to GitLab in 15 minutes. So Vlad will lead us on that discussion. We have a lot of labels and just related to community contributions and how to best contribute. We'll talk about what those mean. And then we have a walkthrough of one of our epics that we've been talking about recently as a team that we could use a lot of your help on. And then a few other things just related about community contributions and developing in general. So any questions before we get started? Does that sound good to everyone? Okay. All right. So what does group release do? So we're the release stage here at GitLab. There are many stages at GitLab. We're the group and team that focuses on helping our customers deploy software to production. So releasing software, deploying software to different environments, and then eventually with the goal of helping ship code to productions and to gain value for your own users and applications that you're developing. Okay, it looks like we got one more entering. Our direction page has a lot of has that mission statement there, and also a lot more detail about what that means and where we're going in terms of our features and product areas. So I definitely encourage you to take a look there. But just to give you a sense of what categories and what types of features we build, I've listed a few of those here in the agenda, if you could see that. But environment management is one. That's one we're focusing on actually pretty heavily at the moment. So the idea of being able to have things like staging, production, QA, dev, and being able to spin those up, manage the life cycle of those types of environments, but then also manage deployments to each of those environments. And part of that also includes a deployment approval feature, which we've been focusing on a lot recently. Those of you might be familiar with. It's all related to making sure companies, large teams, organizations are able to make sure their deployments go to production in a safe and in compliant way. Release orchestration, sort of similar and related, but being able to automate everything about a release. So starting from packaging code to creating releases to publishing notes about those, automating and streamlining that process across multiple projects. Feature flags, which many of you as software developers might be familiar with, but enabling teams to toggle without needing to touch code and enable disable features in production. We have a feature flag feature. And then continuous delivery. So GitLab has a world-class CI/CD offering. We work on and make progress on the CD portion of that. So that's quick high level about release stage. And again, more information on the direction page, and also in future office hours, if you have any more questions, or even later, if you have any more questions about what we do, what that is, this is a great way to ask those questions. And also, we're always, as you might have seen, we're also present and respond on issues as well. Okay, well, with that, Vlad, I'm going to turn it over to you to discuss our main topic here.
Yeah, hi everyone again. Quick question before we start. Zoom has this reaction feature. Give a thumbs up like this if you ever contributed like any MR to the GitLab, even if it's not merged. I'm just interested. And if it will be everyone, I will just be super quick. I see. So about the third of the people. Okay, then maybe I'll spend a bit more time on this. Okay. Oh, sorry. I do it for the first time on this notebook and I need to enable. I will rejoin in a second.
Those that have contributed while Vlad's coming back, do you know what area of the product or what feature? I'm just curious.
Many.
Sorry, many, you said? Yeah. Okay, great. Front end, back ends, both?
Both.
Okay.
And I'm actually working on a MR for the release stage right now.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, great to meet you then.
Thanks.
Let's see, who else?
I've only contributed to the handbook so far, but I'm working on my first code MR for the release team.
Oh, awesome. Wow, perfect. Handbook definitely counts. That's also just as important. So thank you for that. All right, looks like Vlad's back.
Hi again, everyone. Sorry, Zoom decided that it's perfect time to install updates.
That happened to me right before we started this call, actually.
Yeah, they have some security fixes today, I heard. Okay, so I will start with labels we have and explain some of the meaning of them. So the first one is seeking community contributions. I added the link to actually like the issue selection. One of the things to notice here is that I'm not looking at the GitLab project, I'm looking at the group level, gitlab.org, because we have multiple projects. For example, in our team, we have a few projects dedicated to Kubernetes deployments. We have release CLI and many more. So if you just look at the GitLab project itself, you will miss some of these issues. Yeah, something about these labels. So if you're contributing for the first time and you're not interested in fixing some particular bug which annoys you specifically, I would recommend starting with this label, seeking community contributions, because every issue you can find here, all of this was created for the Epic, but let's take some old one. It will have something. We even have a bot which suggests like, please add some description which actually tells you how to implement this feature. This one, for example, is simple. It's just some comment from the review, and you basically just need to keep read this discussion and probably just a simple fix. And no, it looks like it's yeah, it's just using the SVG icon instead of other stuff. So yeah, this label actually the most helpful because these issues will be kind of ready for you to actually start doing something with them, starting developing. And if you just look at some other stuff, it will not be as easy. Can I get rid of this? Yes. So the good for new contributors also, it's not just was groomed, it's also should be almost trivial or at least easy for the new contributor. Sometimes you don't even need to set up the GDK, or it will be a really small fix like Rubacop. It's basically a linter for the Ruby. Rubacop fix, which usually doesn't require you to understand a whole lot of about like architecture, how we build data structures and so on. So they will be also kind of, these issues are also good for new contributors. Community challenge is an interesting one. I actually didn't Google about it much. As I understand it, we don't have anything in the release team, but if we look for the big issue, if I recall correctly, it will tell you, yeah, you will get some merge if you contribute to those issues. So if you want some, you can look at this. We only have 14 issues on the whole GitLab, but yeah, take a look if you're interested. And then low-hanging fruit is also kind of a, I don't know, the idea behind this label is that it's some kind of a product win, which doesn't require a lot of effort. So you can take a look at this as well. And then accepting merge requests, release group actually has like 700, I guess, of these issues. Yeah, 731. So they are less groomed. We will be happy if you contribute to them, but keep in mind that they may not be as ready. And if you want to contribute to them and you choose something, I don't know, like from the third page of this, which wasn't touched or discussed last year or so, ping us before actually starting on this issue, because actually maybe it's not something we want to implement anymore. Just like try to make sure that it's up to date with the current product and with how we want to develop it. And yeah, a few more issues is you can just filter depending on who you are, like what your specialty. You can just filter for backend, front end. If you're interested in contributing to the Golang issues, for example, you can just add additional filter here, all right? Label equals Golang. We have some of them as well. Yeah, free issues here. Yeah, and documentation. Documentation also kind of easiest part, I guess, because you don't need to set up a development environment. You can just go and edit Markdown files. We have a really good linters for them. So if you kind of mess something up, it will catch like broken links and stuff like this. Yeah. Any questions on labels so far? No. Okay.
I just had a question for, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Just for the community members that contributed, I'm just curious how you all have found like the issues that or the changes that you're working on. Do you use the labels? Is it something else? I'd love to hear that.
Well, I am actually not fixing, but adding a feature because I need it on where I work. So yeah, I was looking for if there was already an issue about that, and I found that. So yeah, started from there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So things that would actually be useful for you, which makes
yeah,
great. Okay, cool.
Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Hi.
Yeah. So I just recently started. I just recently started contributing to GitLab, and it's a good product because I used it last year in our company. So, I just started contributing to the documentation, technical documentation, and the beginners page where it suggests the beginners how to contribute. So I added 2-3 lines over there in the website, and now in the documentation. For namespaces, we didn't have a separate page. So there was an epic going on over there. So they wanted to separate the namespace to a separate page. Once the page got separated, so I wrote the whole page, the content of the whole page, the namespace. So the next target is to contribute something to Golang instead of technical writing. So I was looking for something Golang, but most of the stuff are in Ruby. So where can I find something related to Golang? That's the query.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we have a label. Is probably the Golang label. The best way to do to look for that type of work is those types of issues, is to search for that label, and we'll share that information with you.
I would just reiterate that when you're searching for issues, check at the group level, because a lot of our Golang code is actually outside of the main GitLab project. So you'll find stuff when you're searching at the group level.
Yeah. I will quickly show this. Maybe no. If you go to the GitLab project, just go here and then go here into the issues, and then just look for label, Golang, and then even if and let's say label, I don't know, seeking. Yeah. So yeah, basically, oh yeah, seeking community contributions and press enter. So you'll find some issues here. Or you can also just see the project names, for example, container registry. You can go to the project itself and go to the issues here. There will be a lot more which are not maybe ready for the community contributors, but you can go through those and maybe pick something you are interested in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I will kind of go ahead with the next topic, which is we recently were looking how we can actually, how many people are using the environment functionality of the GitLab, and we realized that we are not mentioning it in many places where we should. We have a lot of examples in CI documentation, in CI templates, in project templates, where there is some kind of a deploy job, but we don't actually use the GitLab environments in the deployment functionality, only just using CI as a tool to execute code. So we created this epic, and we went, thanks to Shinya for doing a lot of work here. We went through our templates and kind of created a lot of issues. We even thought maybe about creating an issue for every single fix, but I, in the end, decided to make a batch, kind of batched all the changes together. And I will use those issues as kind of an example how you can quickly work on some issue and contribute easily. I will copy this. I have a separate window where I'm logged in as not a GitLab team member, because it's how you will experience this. You can just go into the, just open this link. If it's like most of the time, if it's CI fix or documentation fix, it will be as easy as this. Then you press open in web ID. It will actually, I already have a fork, but it will suggest you to create a fork first. And then, yeah, we just, we see that this is a pages, yeah, basically it's a GitLab pages template for the Hexa. It has single job, and the only thing we need to do here is wait for when Zoom will, sorry, I'll just do it like this. Yeah, it's just to add the environment production into this template. Yep, you just do this, commit changes, add the environment to Hexa CI template. Always add the changelog, or maintainer can ask you to do that when they will be reviewing your code, but add it. there is like, if it's a fix, it will be fixed, and yeah, you can Google some other changelog labels we use, or just skip it if it's just your first contribution. Maintainers will suggest you how to fix it. I will create a new branch and start a merge request. With it, yeah, then just go here. And you can kind of just, if it's your first contribution, just try to edit the code directly in the web. And then it will guide you through all of the steps. To be honest, don't know why it takes so much time. Sorry, GitLab. I also was trying to do it today. If you see the similar problem with it just hanging, just go here. I don't know, create it from here. Should work, yeah. Honestly, I have no idea why this takes so much time. Yeah, and the first thing you will see on your merge request is that GitLab bot will go into it and suggest you how you can actually continue working on it. If the best line here is GitLab bot help. So if you're stuck at any time, you don't know how to proceed with the merge requests, I don't know, pipeline isn't running or something, just type this and GitLab bot will actually ask someone from our team to help you with this merge request. Now I apparently tagged someone and they will need to respond to me. Yeah. So this is how it works. Also, when it's ready, you can just, if you know the people, you can just enter GitLab bot ready with a username. If not, just ready, and it will go to the people who look at your merge request and assign to the relevant team. These issues have a few templates which need to be fixed. So if you want, if you actually want to continue this, you can open the web ID here and kind of do the same. Just look at the next file. It's CI templates pages doxygen, and it's somewhere here. Yeah, I guess, yeah, docs again. So yeah, and you can do just the same thing here, commit it, and then when it's ready, just press, GitLab bot already, and it will be submitted for review. This is how the whole process works. Why I'm showing this particular issue and suggesting kind of starting with documentation and stuff like this is because you don't even need to set up the GitLab Development Kit, which is kind of development environment we use, because it actually takes some time. I was installing it a couple days ago, and it took me, I guess, a few hours to figure everything out. Even though it's automated quite well, actually, but still, it's not the easiest thing to do. And here you do everything in the web, so it's really easy to start contributing this way. And then when you kind of figured out how the whole process works and get something merged, you can look for more complex issues. Yeah, any questions on this, or shall I move on? Okay. Yeah, that was a walkthrough. Yeah, we have some contribution guidelines, but what I would suggest is just start doing this, just start editing files, and again, it will kind of guide you through all the steps. But if you have time, you can read this. There are a lot of interesting things here. For example, you can use like workflow and review. It will trigger, I guess, the same thing as GitLab bot ready. Yeah. And I will not go into how to set up the GDK. To do this again, sorry. because it's actually, it takes some time, as I mentioned, but just Google GitLab Development Kit, you will land on this page from the first page on the Google. And scroll here. It will actually, yeah, you find these support methods. You can go into one-line installation. Yeah, and just run this. It will install everything on your machine. We work on MacBooks, so it's like you will have more success if you run this on the MacBook. If you have Linux, you may see some issues you'll need to fix. But again, it should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, but for example, I was running it a couple of days ago and I couldn't do this because Brew wasn't installed on the new laptop. So yeah, but expect like one or two small things going wrong. And then you'll have a development environment booted on your machine. One more thing I would suggest is if you ever want to contribute to something more complex than just Rails app itself, and you want to set up GitLab Runner, set up Geo or anything like this, you can go into the doc and how-to directory and just look through the files in here. There are a lot of stuff. For example, this is how you can set up Gitlab. This is how you work with emails, Elasticsearch, how you can set up a Gitpod environment. It's actually also a quite nice way to run our dev environment without needing to install anything locally. Yeah, so there are a lot of things here. And if you're looking for some troubleshooting questions or like getting involved in some side project like Pages or Runner, just go in here and look for this, for the file dedicated to this. Yeah, also remember that if anything goes wrong, we have everything public. So just try to Google your error at the GitLab before, and there is a chance that you will find an issue, public one, which will show you how to fix the thing. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, that was it for me. I'm open for questions, I guess. I'll stop sharing here. No.
Yeah, thank you, Vlad, for giving us a quick overview. A lot of great content there, and thanks for also showing us that epic that folks can start contributing to. Yeah, any questions from the group at this point? It could be about the content we covered. It could be about anything related to contributing, thinking about GitLab. Happy to answer those if we can. Otherwise, I might start asking you all questions. I don't know if we want that. Yes, Asatosh.
Yes.
It's a little difficult to hear us.
So, like, in hackathons, am I cool?
Sorry,
now is it clearly audible? No?
I'm having a little trouble hearing Asatosh. Can anyone else hear? Okay.
Oh, it's breaking up. Maybe you can type your question in the chat. Yeah.
Let's try that.
Okay, now is it audible?
Yeah, it's much better.
It's better, yes.
Yeah. So I saw a guy who used to take part in the GitLab hackathons, and that's why I also took part this year also. So now he is interning at GitLab. So I'm also curious to work at GitLab. So what could be the process, like either intern or SRE or DevOps kind of roles? I'm more interested in those areas. So what could be the way, or what would you suggest me to do?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Well, probably one of the ways to do it is to see, we post all of our roles online. That would be the first way to do that. You know, if you do know someone at GitLab and they can refer you, that's another path. But I'd say those are the two best options. And you know, once this is a little outside of the scope of today's call, but what we can do is connect to some hiring managers as well. But I'd say check the postings. They're posted on our website, and then potentially a referral would be a good way too. Thanks for the question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? Anyone ready to start contributing, making merge requests? Thumbs up. Cool.
I've got a brief question.
Please, yeah.
So at what point can you put something up for review? I had an interaction with Vlad earlier on my MR that I'm working on, and he said that it was good that I put up a like half-finished, very rough draft type of MR, but I'm wondering if what the general rule or suggestion would be on that. Does it have to be a full complete unit of work, or what's the thought?
Great question. Thank you. Yeah, Vlad or anyone else?
Yeah, I guess I can answer. We actually, like, one of our values here at GitLab is iteration, and we try to kind of show the work early, as early as possible. So see if you have any question, just post it for the review. If it's not obvious, just post it earlier instead of just finishing everything, because if you, I don't know, spend a day working on something and it turns out that it should be done the other way, then it's kind of, you wasted the time. So yeah, at any point where you have a question or unsure, it's a good idea to just type this GitLab bot help. Or if you know the specific person who created an issue, you can tag them as well. It's probably better. But yeah, as early as possible, I guess. Even sometimes before you actually have an MR, you can just create a small diff, just post it on the issue and ask if that's the right way to do it or not. Shinny actually does a lot of this stuff. He sees an issue, creates a short diff, posts it on the issue, and it's already a start of the discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Vlad. Thanks, Missy, for the question. I'll say even, I don't write code as a product manager, but even for me, just put it, whatever it is, or creating issues or getting proposals or whatever it is, putting it out early and getting feedback is definitely the GitLab. It aligns with our GitLab value of iteration. So yeah, the earlier the better. All right, any other questions from the group here? Okay, if not, let's move on. So I also wanted to ask the group what topics are interesting for all of you. So we covered today, we covered what the release stage is all about. Those of you that are joining for the first time, this is also, the team used to do these in the past, and we took a brief pause, but we want to start doing these again more regularly and potentially each month. And what we're thinking about is rotating different topics. So today was about the first MR, straightforward changes. Maybe next time or future meetings we'll go into different topics. But I'm just curious to hear if there's anything in particular that people are interested in that we can prepare for next time. We have ideas, of course, but you know, we want to make sure this is really useful for you all too. Yeah, so one idea is focusing on a lot of our UX and front end work. That's another another area that we're investing in. Emily's our product designer and she's on the call. She's looking and focusing a lot on making our UI even better and streamlined and making it better for you all too. So so that's an example of maybe we could go deep on the UX side of the product, front ends, how all of that works, what it's like to develop on that. So if that sounds interesting, we can do that. Maybe back end, maybe something else. Any like initial thoughts?
Do the release team also work on the package registry and all of those things. Huh?
That is a different team, Marco. We sort of adjacent to our team. We work. I work with that product manager pretty closely, but it is a different team.
Yeah, because I was thinking about speaking of front end, for example, the package registry or the npm registry in general. That maybe we could work on improving the UI, for example, because I already saw an issue about this, that for example, if you have a package with a lot of version, you have each version looks like a separate package on the list, but it's actually one package with a lot of version inside.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe there was already an issue about this. Yeah, speaking of front end, this is what came into mind.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, it sounds like, the package, kind of that display of those versions. It's interesting to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm always interested in code walkthroughs for the back end. So specifically now, it would be interesting to see a GraphQL call walking through that entirely from top to end.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah. We can definitely. We've been doing a lot of work on that as well on our side. So I think we can definitely dedicate enough hours for that. That's good. Okay.
API in general are interesting. That's what I'm working on right now, and they're interesting to understand how actually they work, because I found that REST API and the, how could I call them, the HTTP requests take a different path. For example, the latest the permalink for the latest release tag on the URL, you can do something, but the API was missing. And that's what I'm working on. And when I initially look at that, I thought that I could work with the HTTP request, but actually they're completely different.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that issue, or those set of issues. Okay. You're saying that area is also interesting for you?
Yeah, the difference between REST API and HTTP requests, that kind of thing.
I see. Yeah. Thank you for that. I missed that first part. That's good.
Yeah. Also, Marco, do I remember correctly that you were doing some kind of walkthrough issues, or like streaming it on somewhere? I was looking at some previous office hours, and you were mentioning something like this. Do you still do these things? Or?
Yeah, I guess you're talking about the community pairing that we're doing every Tuesday with it's me, Lee Ticket, and Andrew from the core team. Yeah, almost every Tuesday we pick a random issue and we work on that, or sometimes we go over triaging in some issues and that.
Are you streaming it somewhere, or?
Yeah, we're streaming it on Twitch live, and then we upload the video to our YouTube channel we created, but also we send the video to Christos to upload on GitLab Unfiltered.
Okay, yeah, I see. I wonder what would be the best way for community contributors to discover this content, because I guess if you don't know about it, you will not find it right now, right?
Yeah, we don't have that much audience right now. We try to tweet about the stream before it goes live, maybe the day before or something like that, and then post over the Discord or on Gitter if there's someone that wants to join in, that they're free to join.
Yeah, also good reminders that if you're a community contributor, then the Gitter channel is great thing. You can ask all the questions there. We have some access to it from like inside the GitLab. So if you have problems setting up GDK or working on some particular issues, you can ask there.
Yeah, that, or maybe even on the community Discord. That's not more active, but it's quite active.
Actually, how did everyone discover today's meeting? Just curious. Through an issue or through the meetup or
through
Google
Meetup?
Meetup. Okay.
Yeah.
See some nods there. Okay. That's like a good way to discover. Okay, cool. LinkedIn. Great. Yeah, we did a few LinkedIn promotion or not promotion, sharing. That's great. Cool, thank you. Okay. Sounds like those were the right channels to find you all. So thank you for joining. Okay, I think any last questions before we wrap up here? Okay, so let me share. We also created an issue just like we do everything here at GitLab. I'll share the link for the issue for today's call. If you have any thoughts or other feedback, positive, negative, anything, we want to hear it. I'll also maybe start a poll or a thread for future topics so we can get other ideas. I know there are already some great ones that we heard today. And then I'll share the link for our Epic, which is just where we're holding all of our issues for the community office hours, and then we do all of our planning in. So I sent the link in the Zoom chat just for you all to have. That one's a good one to follow. So because we use that to plan and schedule all of our office hours, but we'll also post a meetup and LinkedIn and all of that because it sounds like that was really useful. But again, definitely feedback welcome, comments welcome, and we want to do this again regularly. We're aiming to do it every month. So hopefully we can see you all next month. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Thanks, Vlad, for covering all the topics. Thanks for all the great questions. Marco, do you have a question?
Oh no.
Okay, I saw your screen pop up. Okay. Yeah, thanks everyone. See you next month.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.